Welcome to another special event, something for the weekend, used video extravaganza. Myself and several of my guys have been busy running around the country buying new and used kit.
You've been on a bit of a spending spree.
Bit of a spending spree this year. I've got fed up. We're running low on used because you keep buying it.
It's great though.
You keep buying it. So I thought, I've got to get out there, you know, just not sit around the fireside sipping glasses of whiskey with ice.
Sounds quite nice.
No, I don't like whiskey. No. So I thought, there we go. So let's start over here, Jonathan.
Let's start over here. Let's start with the Rolls Royce of receivers, the JRC here. This is the NRD545. If they still made them now, they'd be £2.5 grand. This one, 999. It is absolutely, as the day it came out of the country, not a mark on it. Box complete, everything you need. Below it is a Dentron MT3000A. I'll be honest, I had to ask Martin what one of these was. It's a bit before my time.
He wasn't even born when they were
I wasn't born. But I'm assured it is a 2 kilowatt, 3 kilowatt peak manual tuner, similar to the Power Stars of today, but it's phenomenal. It's built like a tank, and it's a bargain price, £149.
600 quid if it's Power Star.
Yeah, 600 for Power Star, 150 quid. Got a few marks on the top, but that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'd take the lid off, take the top lid off and paint it if it was me. But for that money, you can more than afford to do so. FTDX 5000.
FTDX 5000.
Limited, even the latest version.
Absolutely. It's gonna. I think the 5000 is going to be one of those radios that goes down in history as a great.
Because they want to see it. I know they love looking at Jonathan, but the equipment's far better looking, nicer to look at.
Yeah, no, you're right the first time. Yeah. You know what this is? It's 200 watts on HF and 6 meters. The radio itself, absolutely fantastic condition. 2195. The matching SM5000, the station monitor with its superb inbuilt speakers for £95. Buy them as a pair, and you've got a very, very good station.
On a 2300.
On a 2300 quid, as Martin says. This way we shall come. As you can see, our shelves are absolutely stacked to the rafters. Let's start. Let's start here. MV200. Good bass microphone for all of the ACU's current generation of radios. Will work with either modular or 8-pin round microphone connectors with a reversible cable. Very nice, just £145.
Let him pan in on that one. Because people want to see the condition of the stuff. Right.
Next to it is one of these. Again, one I had to ask Martin about because I wasn't sure on this one of what it was, but I'm assured it is a CWN RTTY decoder, and ordinarily it comes on this little screen here. But with this optional extra that it was at the time, provided us down here, a nice big display, just £75. A bargain. Something like that from MFJ would cost you twice that nowadays. Next up, a Flex 1500. If you want to get into SDR, 5 watt output power, so QRP, very good, and all over USB, just £225. That is a bargain if you ask me. Next up, the Daiwa NS660p SWR meter. It's got 3 steps, 15, 150 and 1.5 kilowatts, and 15 watts. That is full scale deflection, so if you want to do some QRP stuff, absolutely perfect. And 100 watts, right in the middle, right where the meter is nice and sensitive. That, just £25. Next up, I'm going to be here for a while. A Kenwood SP930 for the old generation of Kenwood or Trio radios.
Before Jonathan was even born again.
Once again, just £49 for that one. And we've got 2 ICOM SP20s above it, £95 each. Both of them in very good condition.
£270 each new when those were made. Now only £95 each. And that's the proper ICOM base station. You've got built-in high and low pass filters for audio tailoring and 2 inputs for 2 radios. SM50, Jonathan.
SM50, absolutely superb microphone. If you've got something like the IC7300, the IC7610, or something bigger, 7850, 7700, this is the microphone you want. This one, it is in immaculate condition, just £125. Above it, MFJ's tunable DSP filter, that just £125, as you can see, also in very good condition, and boxed as well. And to the left, we're doing this all, Gary. We've got the IC7300. I've got one of these. I think most people have now, but if you haven't, here's one, fully boxed and tested, complete as well, and again, immaculate condition, just £899. And below it we have this FTM Duo. This one, absolutely mint. Complete boxed, it's hardly been used, just £649.
5-watt SDR again, isn't it?
5-watt SDR again, like the Flex we saw earlier on. In the corner we have the ICOM ICR 8500. This is ICOM's base station receiver from a few years ago. This one is mint. It's like it only sort of came out of the factory yesterday. Not a mark on it. It's boxed and complete with the power supply they shipped with originally. Just £549. Oh, where do we go next?
Another NRD 545.
Another 545.
Which you believe the customer had two. As indeed, he had two 8500s, but before we'd even put one on the web, we'd sold one instantly, which is quite remarkable. Again, totally mint, boxed. Actually, one serial number after the other, these two. But he literally ordered two at the same time. And 999, as you can see. Next to it, the amazing Quadra. Wish they still made these because we'd still sell them. Nearly a kilowatt output between HF and 6 meters. Come in two separate units, power supply in one and the amplifier in tuner in the other. That's the matching power supply. So you don't need these on top of each other. This can be out of the way and you just have that on your desktop. FT8900, the dual band mobile from Yaesu, still current model with box book and packing. Not mint, but it's in blooming good nick, and that's just 155 quid, so it's nearly half price.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the office has got one of those.
I think most of them have, yeah. LDG YT1200 auto tuner for the FTDX 1200. Why would you buy a tuner when this has already got one fitted? Quite simply, this will tune up to 10 to 1 SWR, and very, very fast. This will still be thinking about it when that's already done it. Now, there's another little piece I want to get in. We don't normally buy old things like this, a bit like an old auntie this is. This is the ICOM IC751A. The original one was a 751. They bettered it and brought out the A version. 100 watts on HF, including the walk bands, of course. It really is old design, but solid die-cast aluminium front panel, no plastic stuff like they have on modern radios these days, for less than the price of a good dual band handheld. 195 quid gets you 100 watts on HF, and it works a treat, so I really do like that. Jonathan, 7700 again.
I get another 7700.
Another one.
Yeah, we've seen a few of these over the last few months. What do we say about this? You know about it. It's got that lovely screen, and this one is nice and
200 watts.
200 watts output power, so no real need to run a linear or anything like that. It's yours for just 2295, which, if you ask me, for that class of radio,
it's good price.
Is absolutely perfect. Also got an IC718 sat there. It's ICOM's entry-level radio. It's 100 watts on HF. No FM mode or anything like that on it.
Keyboard entry.
It is, yeah, exactly. It's not what you need. It's just yours for £295. And sat next to it, honourable mention to an SP23. If you've got something like a TS590, one external speaker, don't want to cost the earth, yours for just £45. Talking of Kenwood gear,
2000X.
Yes, 2000X.
With 23 SEMs.
Absolutely. I think this is going to be the 23 SEMs year, Martin.
I think it is, yeah, with ICOM with their new one coming along. So
exactly. Join the revolution for less than £1,000. It's all of HF, 2 metres, 70 SEMs, and 23 SEMs.
And 6.
And 6 metres as well. Mustn't forget 6. You also say 995, and a Kenwood TS590 SG. This one in very good condition, boxed with all the necessaries, your mic, manual, DC cable, just £999. It's saving over new that is well worth taking us up on.
Morse keys.
Oh.
Now we've got two, for some odd reason they're marked up Navy and Army, or Army and Navy. They're both naval keys. I think this guy's sort of painted it a bit and done various other things. If they still produce these, there'd probably be hundreds and hundreds of pounds, I would think. If you want a key, Morse key to last forever, invest in one of these. This has got the blanking plate, so you literally undo these screws, this pops off, and a nice manual up and down key. This one is in the original colour. I think Plessy used to make these, but no doubt somebody will email in and tell me. 75 quid each. So that's the contacts you have in that, behind that blanking plate. And they're 75. They're sitting on, I think we've never had one of these before used, the Palstar HF Auto remote. Sorry, you can remote it, but it's a desktop 1 kilowatt HF Auto tuner. So if you are running one of these big linears, there are very few high powered tuners that you can actually purchase. Palstar bought this beauty out a few years ago, second version. I think the first one was called an HF1 Auto or something. Substantially lower than list price. This is under £1,000. You'll see that on the website. Next to it, the ICOM BA1 software and RC28 remote package. These are £260. They're absolutely like new. I don't think the guy ever got them out of the box. If he did, he certainly looked after them. Only £129 for both. The software alone's 100 quid. So for less than that, less than 30 quid, you're getting the remote controller, which is £200. Next to it, again, many years before Jonathan was born, and not that many after I was born, the KW103. If you've got a KW, or unfortunately Decca bought them out, they scrapped the KW name off the front, but if you've got one of the old KWs, the 2000 or something in your shack, why not finish it up with 30 quid's worth of power meter? London, England. There you go. Good old Rowley Shears used to own that company. And Chris Ridley, who was the chief engineer at ICOM, his protege was the apprentice at KW. Jonathan, over to the 7100 again.
IC 7100, HF642 and 70 with D-Star as well. Fully programmable via the SD card on the front. And, oh look, there's even one in there. These are superbly popular. You've been thinking about one, let's be honest, since they first came out, and you can have this one for just £799, fully boxed and complete. And I'm quite interested in what's that next to it. We don't often see these. Elecraft K3. This one has got the 100 watt module fitted. I don't believe it's got the tuner board though, I'd have to double check, but even so you can still upgrade these. Elecraft still sells the bits and pieces for them, so if you want to add all the extra kits and bits and modules, you can buy them. This one less than £1,000, which if you ask me is far too cheap, at just £995. And we are getting down to the last few bits and pieces. We've got a Drake W4 watt meter there.
You've got a clue about that.
I don't. I want to tell you that one, Martin.
Oh, it's part of my era, you see. Good old Drake, RL Drake. Incidentally, did you know, another snippet for the day, Palstar, this fine American company, is actually in the old RL Drake factory and working along the production lines, and there are a couple of people there that used to work for Drake. This is a little W4 power meter, an SWR bridge. You can actually unscrew this and remote sense that if you want to, extend the lead quite easily, I would have thought. 300 watts and 3 kilowatts. Sorry, I do lie, 200 watts and 2 kilowatts forward and reverse. Nice and simple, 75 quid. Again, if you've got any of the older Drake kit, that would make a nice addition to the shack. You described the Elecraft. I think that's 200 quid under list, under what it should be, to be honest with you. It's got the 100 watt amplifier in it as well. And whilst we've been talking, the guys are still from the workshop upstairs running down here after it's been cleaned and tested. FT7900 by Yaesu, absolutely mint, boxed and book. 119 quid. I mean, you pay a little bit less for a Who Flung Dung manufacturer, but why do that? We can buy Yaesu. Is there anything else, Jonathan? There is tons of it.
There is
still upstairs.
Yes. So keep your eyes on the website, because as this stuff starts to disappear, more stuff is coming down from upstairs. And as I say, Martin has been on a spending spree of late, so there's plenty more where this lot came from.
And also, if you've got any lurking around in your shack or in your cupboard, please give me a ring, because we are paying good money for used kit. As you can see by the U-shelves, they're bulging at the seams. I hope you've enjoyed this week's dual presentation from myself and my young fellow here, Jonathan.
Thank you very much.
Lovely, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week or the week after. But keep your eyes on Used and indeed our website. Lots of things happening with an important announcement next week, which I'll say no more about, but a nice added bonus. And Gary, thank you ever so much for doing the camera work. Gary's our superb customer support manager who has no hair on his head. Oh, let me just show you. You probably know this anyway, but when he first joined, he had big black locks flowing down his... Now look at him. In a few years, that's what he looks like. So, oh, incidentally, the other thing I was going to say, I've got to not bring you more used kit out, as you know. The other thing I was going to say is, you can go now. So I'll do it, mate. Thank you, Wally. Oh, goodness me. The other thing I'd say, we're still looking for staff. So if you'd like to join the Madhouse, either on sales, admin, or anything else we can think of, just give me a call or give Daniel a call, my oldest son, who is operations director here. Thank you all the best and have a fantastic weekend. Say cheerio, Jonathan.
It's all right.
Bye-bye.